Hello, so this is lesson 2. So in lesson 1, we talked about music, musical keys, trying to identify musical keys, and several other important topics to talk about. So if you've not mastered that, please make sure you go back to lesson 1 because it's progressive. The class is progressive. If you don't understand first one, it will be hard for you to progress to the next one. So for today, we'll be talking about semitones, tones, sharps, flats, roots. It's a very important aspect of music that a lot of people don't know. And it is very good for your journey as a beginner, as novice, or someone who wants to correct their faulty foundation. So let's start with semitone. So what is a semitone? Now, a semitone is the shortest distance on the piano. And since we are dealing with, on music, in fact, it's the shortest distance from a key to another key. But we have to refer everything to piano because we're currently working with piano right now. So what is a tone? A tone is the shortest combination of two semitones, which is simply the combination of two semitones. What is a sharp? A sharp in music means going forward. So if I'm moving forward, that is it. So a sharp. Then what's flat? Flat means going backwards. Then what is a root? A root can be defined as the actual destination you're working from. Now, each of these, they have a symbol. You understand? They have a symbol. And I'm going to show you the symbol right away. So if you check now, you're going to see the symbol. You have semitone is represented by ST. You have tone, which is represented by capital T. And you have semitone, which is represented by ST. You have tone, which is represented by T. You have sharp, which is represented by the sign, the ash sign. And you have flat, represented by small letter b. And your root, which is represented by the R sign. So it is essential you know this sign because it's very, very good when you want to interpret this or you want to write it down. It's very, very essential. All right, so these are the symbols. Now you know the symbols. Now this is gotten from my book, Speed Piano Tutorial. You can see the link in the description of this course. So check the course description. And the last part of it, you're going to see the link. If you want to get the book, it's going to act as your course notebook. No need for you to write. Everything you want to write is already written there. So it's a good thing to use this as a follow-up to this video. It's going to really help you out. But you can decide to just go straight and do your writing yourself while I teach. All right, so let's continue. So, having shown you all the symbols, now it is interesting to know a semitone can also be called a half note or half step, while a tone can also be known as a whole note or whole steps. Now, different environments have their different names, associated with a particular aspect of music, terms that they take. So you get. Now, remember, if you check lesson 1, I said we have 5 sharp keys. Now, that 5 sharp keys can also be known as flat keys. I'm going to explain this in details as we keep going, but for the meantime, let's just stick to what we're doing. All right. So, what do you mean by semitone? If we want to start with semitone, if we want to start with tone. But before then, I think I should just explain the secret of why a black key is also called a sharp and a flat. Now, if the movement of the keys are going forward, the black keys assume a sharp position. They are called sharps. But if you're going backward, the black keys are called flat. Because when you're going forward, it is a sharp movement. When you're coming backwards, it's a flat movement. Now, if you have C, let's say we're going forward, this is C. The next one becomes C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp. This is E, so you don't have E sharp because there is no black key after E. You have F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp. This is just telling you why they are called the sharp keys. You have A sharp, but if you're counting backwards, you can do C, B. This A sharp becomes B flat because this is B, this becomes B flat. You have A, this becomes A flat. You have G, this becomes G flat. That's F sharp becomes G sharp, G flat. When you go to E, the next D sharp now becomes E flat. You have E here, so E flat, D, D flat, and you have C. So you see the black keys can be associated with two different names. So you either call C sharp or D flat. So you either call D sharp or E flat, F sharp or G flat, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat. But you can decide to maintain the sharp position because most of the time I'm going to be talking about just sharp. You understand? So that's just the mystery behind this. Very good for you to understand. Because I can come and tell you, played this in the key of B flat. And you're like, what keys was that? And I can tell you again, play in the key of A sharp. The same thing doesn't change. All right. So let's continue next. Now, what do you talk about semitone? You begin to understand, what do you mean? What is this semitone to talk about? Now, semitone is the shortest distance or movement on the piano. We're talking about piano right now. So I'm going to give you an example. So from C to C sharp is a semitone. You understand? From C to C sharp is a semitone. From F to F sharp is a semitone. Now, it is very, in fact, take this lesson 2 as one of your most serious and very important topics. It's very, very critical. Now, if you have the key you're working on, this is where a lot of people make mistake. Do not associate a single note or key as a semitone, for example, unless there's a movement. So if I come to the keyboard right now and I press a note or a key, for example, maybe I press key C. Now, this C that I press, it is not a semitone or a tone. Or let's say it is not a semitone. Now, whatever key I press from, it is called a root. And that's why a root is the destination from where you are working from. So if I say I want to start working from somewhere, you have to work from a root, which is you have to get anything you want to get from a key. There must be a starting destination. So let's say we want to start working from key F. F becomes our root. So you don't press F and call F a semitone. No. The first key you press becomes your root. It is after you made a movement from that key, that is when it's going to determine, is this a semitone or is this a tone? And that's why you have key C right now. From C to C sharp. So from C to C sharp is a semitone. So if you see why I say it is the shortest distance from a key to another key. From C, in the scale of keys, if you want to list out the 12 keys, you have C, you have C sharp as the next key, you have D. So you see from C, the next key is C sharp. So it is the shortest distance. So C sharp is the shortest distance from C. That's why you have C, C sharp. And that is why this C sharp becomes a semitone from C. Your C, it is not a semitone. Your C is your root because it is C you're working from. I know why I am emphasizing this, because this is where a lot of people. Now, if you understand semitones and tone, understand the flat concept, the sharp concept, the root concepts, you have already solved 45% of any problem on keyboard or piano playing. Yep. So let's continue. Now, if you want to get from, if I tell you, give me one semitone from the key of F. Now, you know from the key of F, which means F becomes our root. So one semitone, I just move forward. So you have F sharp. Now, they can get tricky. They can say 7 semitones, 5 semitones, 3 semitones. So you have to be, you have to pay attention and you have to understand the question that is being asked in order for you to be a master of identifying what semitones and tones are. Now, if I take this very advanced, I want to go more advanced now. I can say from the key of C, moving sharp, it means we are moving like this. If I say moving flat, it means we are going like this. So moving sharp from the key of C. Give me 6 semitones from the key of C. What should come to your mind first is C is our root. So we don't start counting from C. We only keep C as our root. So the semitone starts from the next key closest to C. So you have C sharp 1, D 2, D sharp 3, E 4, F 5, and F sharp 6. So 6 semitones from C is F sharp. So which is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't count your root as number 1. Your root is your root. Don't count it as number 1. That's where people have a lot of issue. Your root is your root. So now, if I tell you 16 semitones from C moving sharp, it means you're going like this. So you count, C is your root, so you don't count it. You go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 semitones from C moving sharp is E. You see how crazy it sounds, but this can get really complicated. You need to be a master of semitones for you to be a master of understanding.